Well, my name is Nedjeen Baptiste. I am a business consultant, also a business strategist and a tax strategist.
Diversified Game. Learn how to start, run, and sustain your business.
Hey, I have the queen of Palm Beach for business strategy. Nedjeen Baptiste is going to give us the game on what she does in this beautiful office. And I'm just going to pan around so you know that I am really like here. And, you know, it is all good in here. It's a safe space. You got Jesus on the screen. I don't want to get a copyright strike, so we had to turn it down a little bit. But you guys know I love talking to entrepreneurs who do similar things, but we all have our way of doing it. We all have our specialties. And so when I might not do everything that you want, I can give you good people like this. Mrs. Baptiste, welcome to Diversified Game. How are you doing?
I am doing great, and thank you for having me.
Yeah, it only took a year. God's
Yeah.
perfect timing.
You are very consistent for sure.
Yeah, I have to, because you know, we met, we both serve on the board, one of the boards for Palm Beach State College, and you didn't just get there. People don't just put you on boards for you to, you know, not be public, they need your ideas, and that you have a business that the youth really need your ideas. So can you tell us, what do you do in this office? What are some of the services people can come and get?
Well, I work mostly with entrepreneurs. I help. The name of my business is Startup Business Consulting. So I help people that is trying to open a business. So if you're trying to open, like starting up a business, I help with that. I help with business plan. I also help with business strategy. We also help with taxes, business taxes mostly, and bookkeeping services, anything that can help a business thrive. So that's what we do in this office.
Okay, and not to tell all your business, but you know, I came in here and she was talking to a truck driver, and I know you and your husband have a company, a truck driving. So how did this sprout up? Did you like run his business and then some of his friends and said, I need to do this professionally?
Yes. Well, originally I started my journey. I worked for corporate America. I worked for JP Morgan Chase, and I was a relationship banker there. As you can see right there, if you looked at my award as an outstanding performer, I've worked there for almost 10 years, and COVID hit. And then after COVID hit, and I was pregnant with my baby, and after giving birth to my baby, and I didn't see myself going back to the corporate world. I was having anxiety, and I didn't know how I was gonna be able to actually make it, you know, having a baby, to navigate my personal life in the corporate world. So I've decided to open my business. It takes me a while because I always thought about opening a business since 2017. I actually started my LLC in 2017, but I never actually started it, you know. So in 2021, after I had to go back to work, I've decided to take a leap of faith and started this new venture. And I can say it has been so great, and I can't thank God enough for the opportunity.
Now, is this your first business of your own? 'Cause I know you've had, you know, the trucking. Did you do anything else before?
The trucking was mainly for my husband. That was my husband's business. He's been doing it since 2018. And I've been doing my business since I started the business in 2021. That's when I actually took the leap of faith.
Okay.
But it was my husband's business, his truck. He's a truck driver.
Okay.
I have a trucking company.
Now, in that trucking business, is he still driving on the truck, or is he more supervising the drivers?
He does both. He does both. He actually have his own truck, and we were trying to get drivers, but with COVID and everything else hit, then he was the only driver for a little bit.
Okay. So is he over the road?
He's over the road now, but now he's local.
Okay.
But he still have his business.
So if there's any truck drivers out there, you know how to help them, whether they're over the road or local. Or my favorite thing when I was a driver, because I never did over the road, thank God, but I did the oil field. And that type of money, woo, I tell people, think before you go to college like I did. Maybe you want to do a summer in the oil field or do your summers in the oil field.
The money be money.
Yeah, yes. And they pay for your housing and your food and everything. We were so comfortable. I love Sabre Energy. They're no longer around here. But that you have that experience, you can help other truck drivers. And I heard you talking about another driver, talking about, I call it that boy, that beneficial, what is it? Beneficial, VOI,
yes,
the benefit,
the report,
whatever it stands for.
Ownership,
information. Yeah. See, we all stammer and stummer and say, oh, what is that? Oh, but I just call it that boy. Right. I say, you better fill it out or they're going to fine you. Because I really think it's a game the government is playing to see who will fall in step. And if you don't, you will get checked.
$10,000 and you can get 2 years imprisonment and $500 daily.
For some paperwork.
If you don't do it.
That you've already filed your taxes.
Right.
You know.
Right.
So they know what they're doing. They know what they're doing. Now, with your business, who's your ideal? Is it truck drivers are your ideal and biggest customers?
When I first started, my ideal customers was, my ideal is entrepreneurship. Like if you are a business owner, you need help, navigate, etc. Business, it could be any type of business, real estate, taxes, business, as far as like I help with people with nonprofit organizations to file them and help them with the guideline and help them, with the starting up their 501c3, helping them get into 501c3. So, and I also help clients with any type of business, literally, I help.
Okay. And what gave you the experience? Because your LinkedIn doesn't talk about your lengthy experience or how you work for one of the biggest companies in the country.
Right. So I started when I worked at Chase. I was also a business specialist. So I was already in the field and I work with a lot of other business owners. And one of the issue where they were having, they don't know how to register their business, they don't know how taxes work, they don't know how to save money, because they would open the business and within a year the business was dissolved and there was nothing being done about it. And it's a lack of knowledge, because if you don't know what to do, then how can you be better? So, and not getting that, and I was always in the field helping them. I'm like, well, I was always good at that. So when I started this business, that's what I had in mind. I'm going to help those entrepreneurs, get them to do better, look at their bottom line number, look at their quarterly number to make sure that they're on the right path for success.
And before getting that job, how did you qualify? Where did you go to school? Was it Harvard? Was it Yale? Was it Oxford?
I went to Johnson & Wales University. I had my bachelor degree in Johnson & Wales University in Providence, Rhode Island. I used to live in Boston and then moved back down here in South Florida. And that's where I had my my degree, my education from.
Yeah, and that's a good school. Like every school in New England is a good school. Yeah. I lived in New England. I got married in Springfield. Had my first baby in Springfield. So, but to get there, because you're an immigrant. Talk about what it took to get into such a university. And we're going to go somewhere with that and why I'm saying you're an immigrant. Because right now we're having this whole thing. The immigrants are taking our jobs, but the people, the natives, aren't even going to college. And they surely aren't going to the school that you're talking about in the masses. So what did you have to do from, Haiti to get to there? Did you go to high school here in America as well?
Yeah, I did. I went to high school here. I came here when I was 13 years old. My mom is a housekeeper, she was a housekeeper back then, and she was the one that actually helped me, like got me into this country, apply for us, get us here with a green card. And then from here, I did my high school here. From high school, and I graduated from high school to go to Johnson & Wales University. As a housekeeper, I remember my mom, she would work 3 jobs to make sure that we went to college, because that was important to her, that we have an education, because she didn't have the opportunity that she didn't have the opportunity that we had. So she had to make sure she worked as much as she can to make sure that we were good, you know? So from that, and I remember she used to pay like almost $1,200 to $1,500 a week, another week, a month for my tuition. Housekeeper making $6.50.
Are you a successful entrepreneur or one in training? You've got the vision, but do you have the right partner to build your brand, your team, and your future online and off? At CPRfirm.com, we offer expert consulting, financial guidance, and life coaching because we believe in doing life with our clients. After all, what is it for a man to gain the world and lose his soul? Founded by Callan Cash Coleman, we help our clients not only succeed, but plan to retire rich. Your business deserves the best. Start building your legacy today at CPRfirm.com.
So my mother was, she inspired me to be a businesswoman. And everything I do, it's based from her. She was a housekeeper. The reason she inspired me to be a businesswoman because my mom, I used to go to school. Johnson was a private university, so she had to pay at least $1,500 a month. And then back then, she was a housekeeper for the Hilton and Marriott Hotel. They were only paying her $6 or $5 per hour. I'm like, there was no way that my mom would be able to help her family, put food on the table, and then still pay $1,500. I mean, the math wasn't mathing at all. So I'm like, you know, if she's able to do this, like, you know, she had a side hustle where she go to Panama and buy merchandise, underwears, like clothing, and then resell them to the people that sell stuff in at the flea market. So to me, she inspired me because she was able to do so much with her side hustle. Not only what she was able to buy lands in Haiti, she was able to put me to school and way much more. And I'm like, if she can do it with that little education that she has, and I can do 100,000 more than her, because she brought me in this country, you know, she didn't have much, but she did the best that she can to bring me where I am right now. So I owe everything to my mother. And what was the other question you asked me?
Well, no, we were before, you know, you didn't push play, and we'll let the audience know that. I want to know, you know, your mother as an international businesswoman, what was it, you know, that pushed you? And you had said it was the drive, and you said it, you know, you repeated it again, that you saw. But I want to know too, you know, with being an international businesswoman and then that work-life balance of being a single mother, how did that push you personally to how you wanted to like live your life and get married and who you married and all that? Because sometimes people hear single mother and they think, oh, somebody was locked up in America, right? Or somebody could have died. Somebody could just not have been around for whatever those reasons were. Maybe they were deported. Maybe whatever the case may be. How did that make you feel as a young lady, knowing you went to a good school, you then, you know, find your husband, but was all this planned? You know, you have one child, you don't have five, and that's intentional.
Right. So my mom, it plays out pretty well for me because that only motivates me, because I always say if my mom can do it, I can do it even better, because she didn't have the opportunity that I had. I grew up in a single family home because my dad in Haiti, he was gunned down when I was like 10 years old, and after he passed away, my mom took everything in and making sure that we're okay. Because it's me and my sister, I'm a twin. And when she came here, and my brother now that's like 20 something years old, she has another person that she had a kid with. But she wasn't really single, but to me, in my mind, she was single because she was the one doing everything herself. But from that point on, like, I know that I had to do better. I know that I was looking at her life. I always know that I have to provide better. I have to do better because she had three of us, you know, and I'm the only one that was a college graduate. My other siblings are not they didn't go to school, they didn't finish their schooling, but it was more of like inspiring, like to see her work so hard, and I always wanted to be just like my mom. I'm like, I want to be more like my mom, but better, you know. So that's how she inspired me.
How is it as an immigrant and you hear, you know, the immigrants are taking our job? This is all political mumbo jumbo to get people, you know, and I was saying earlier how, you know, you have many Americans who could go to school, especially in the Boston area, and they don't. And you have some of the best known schools in that area, but people rather go shovel snow on the truck. And you say, why don't you take advantage of these opportunities? When you hear people say that, knowing that this whole country is full of immigrants, no matter when you came, you know, Black Americans were forced immigrants, Native Americans were pushed out and you can't even find one. How does it make you feel knowing that you went to a good school, your mother worked hard, there was no, you know, program that just lifted you up, and you've worked at one of the biggest companies in this country? What do you feel when you hear people say things like this, usually on TV?
I feel, well, when I first heard that in TV, I felt really, I feel like I was attacked, because coming from Haiti, where I came from, when you come to America, it's like, you know, it's like the land of opportunity. Every person in Haiti dreamed of coming to Haiti, you know, because the way of condition of the economy is in Haiti. I mean, I wish our country gave us more. But when we come here, it's like a candle. It's like you came in, like I always say this, like in America, you don't even need a mom and daddy. Like, you don't need that. They just need to bring you here, drop you off at the airport, and you should be fine. You should literally be okay. You can find shelter, you can find anything, because it's really the land of opportunity. And I am so proud to say that I am here, and even as a Haitian citizen, you know, an American citizen, that this country provide all this opportunity for us. But the difference between the immigrant and Americans or people that are here is just that because where we came from, we didn't have it, and we know why we came here for. We didn't come here to play. We came here to work and make sure that we better ourselves every day. Because every day when I come to my office, I don't just like, I can even allow myself to have like a off moment, like a off day. Like, I don't allow myself, because I'm like, if my mom was here, or my mom passed away, by the way, but I'm like, my mom never had an off day. She always, you know, her knees would be like, she'll be sick as a dog and go to work, because we just have to make it. So immigrants, we have that mentality. When we come to this country, we come here to work, and we work our ass off. Excuse my language, but
you gotta talk.
You know, we work our ass off to be where we are today. That's why here you will see us buying houses. You know, we make sure we fix our credit. Whatever the country asks of us, we make sure we do it, because we know in our country we don't have that opportunity. So I think it's an insult to me and the immigrant community that they would even say things like that, because I feel like we help this country a whole lot. You know, like, we're not lazy. When you see us, we do the lawn, we do whatever, the handyman, like whatever the hard work it requires, we're gonna do it to make sure we feed our family, that we contribute to that community.
And I can hear somebody say, no, they're not talking about the immigrant, they're talking about the illegal immigrant, and that's a whole nother conversation. But even the illegal immigrant,
they are working.
The day that immigrants leave, I'm a resident of Mexico, I have dual citizenship somewhere else, tira la puerta, I'm out, because your hospitals and construction will shut down and everything else. So when people say that out of ignorance, and some people, and they're even, you know, politricians who like the uneducated, but I'm out of here. And they would be too, because things would stop massively. But when you talk about this beautiful office that you're in, we'll go again about how you got this office and who was the first client of, and how you don't have to say how much they got paid, but some people would say, did your husband buy this business for you? Did he, while he was over the road trucking, did he just want to have you somewhere he could, have a camera on you and watch? Tell the people how you got this office.
Hello everyone. Come along with London and Sydney as they show you around the vibrant country of Cameroon. Explore the heart of Africa through the eyes of London and Sydney. Two explorers who journey across the great city of Yaoundé, exploring its rich culture, vibrant market squares, cultural heritage, and wildlife. With giggles and excitement, London and Sydney Explore Cameroon takes you on a fun-filled adventure, providing insight into the country's culture and traditions through the pages of this book. It's packed with exciting stories and super cool facts about Cameroon that will make you go, wow. Get your copy now, available on Amazon and in libraries near you. There's only one easy way to experience the exploration of Cameroon, and it's through London and Sydney. Don't wait, get yours.
How did I get this office? He asked me for how do I get my first client and how do I get my office.
Yes.
Right.
And which one came first, the chicken or the egg?
Well, I got my office first because, again, it was from having a leap of faith in God. And like I mentioned before I started my business, like God was really talking to me about doing actually the right thing to open my business, but I was very resentful towards it. And when I finally took the leap of faith, I actually had a contract with God. God has my partner. And from that on, and I decided, I told my husband, I'm going to open this business. But again, I'm in the financial industry. I was in the finance industry, so I know how to manage my finance pretty well. So even before then, I make sure I had like a little cushion of money just for at least for 3 months, and I'm like, God, if this money run out, that's on you because you are my business partner. So 3 months, and I put a little cushion out, for 3 months just for the office, So when I got the office, I gave my resignation letter to my boss at that time. I felt like a black cloud just came off my head because I felt so free. Yeah. I feel like so free. I'm like, I can actually do what I want now.
And you no longer have to go from working at one of the biggest institutions in the country to then your other business of cleaning.
Exactly.
Your first business you ever did of cleaning.
Yes.
And so you can just come here.
Right.
Did you keep the cleaning business as well?
Actually, I still have my cleaning business. It's still there because I'm planning to do something else with it as far as like government contracting to get government contracts to for cleaning, services. I know that it's needed in Florida. So that's why, or if I decide not to do that, I can actually sell the business. Because it's been there since 2016. It has a great history, so I can sell it for something. But to get my first client, going back to how I got my first client, it was actually from Google. I did my registration with Google account and I put my business there. And I remember the first time my phone was ringing and even actually get an email saying that, hey, I need some of, my business, it's sort of business consulting. It so happened that client is trying to start her business. So my client right now, when we talk and when I made an appointment, she came in, she said she found me on Google. We had a good connection from, day one. And till this day, she is still my client. And I was her first client and she was my first client. And we grew a beautiful relationship because she was a speech therapist and my son actually have some speech delay. So she was able to help my son. I was able to help her with her business, starting her business, helping her getting contract with the Palm Beach School District. Now even motivate her to actually have her own office. So her office is actually downstairs from me. So yeah, so it's pretty awesome to see. In my biggest reward is actually when I help a client to see them flourish, to see that they are doing so great. And I have stories after stories people that I help in my industry to start their business that are doing so wonderful.
And let's talk about, getting clients. Where does it start? Grant writing, someone could look at your card and say, oh, I'm going to pay you by the work that you do. I know it's a $1,500 fee for you to start writing the grant, then you take a percentage. But, give people like the starting. Is $1,500 where they start? Because if they come in here,
$1,500 to write the grant, to make sure I do all the administrative work that's needed, basically create a plan for you. Like most of the business owners don't have a business plan. So basically I kind of create a business plan for you for that $1,500, because you need to show, what your business is about and how are you going to use this grant, because most of us, we know most of the business owners, they're thinking getting the grants and they're gonna use that fund for Gucci or or Louis Vuitton or car, but it's not for that. The reason they give out these grants, it's because they want you to help the community to grow, to provide maybe adding like an employee to your business, or maybe helping you grow, maybe you need an equipment or anything sort of like that to help your business grow, not for your personal gain. So normally I would charge $1,500 or up. It all depends on the organization and the scope of work that needs for that grant, but it starts from $1,500 and up, because I work with really big organization, energy company. I work with big organizations. So, and then like right now I'm working with a client in Pennsylvania, and we are searching. We are looking for $1 million grants to build a building, and we're almost into that ending to the end of that cycle to get the grants. But it's a process. It takes us months, but I will follow up. I will make sure whatever they need, I respond to make sure that we are on the right track. And then plus I get a percentage. It go from 5 to 10%. It all depends the amount.
And none of this is guaranteed in
It's
grants.
not guaranteed.
I want to be clear, because it's not the Burn Your Leisure podcast where people say all you got to do is write the grant.
No.
Yeah, wait, maybe you got
to say, if anyone say all you got to do, there's always more into that story. If they say all you got to do, you need to run. Okay, it's not always all you got to do. There's more into it than that.
Where are you, like, percentage wise, if someone does say, look, I know there's grants out there, I don't know where they are, or maybe they do know where they are. If I give you the $1,500, how likely are we to win? Or are there a slew of these type of opportunities in my arena that we could go after?
First, before I even take your money, I ask you what type of business that you have, and to see if there's anything out there that fits your business. Because if, like, for example, if they are giving, like, for was in the, they had non-profit organization, they normally give most of the non-profit organization funds, because they know they help the community a whole lot, and then they have a bigger purpose. It's not for their own advantage, it's for the community. So these are like, I work a lot with the non-profit organization than the for-profit organization. So in some of the for-profit organization, the service that they provide, there's not much out there, grants that they would be qualified for. So when I get that 15 minutes free call consultation, I give them 15 minutes, free call consultation before I take your money or even trying to work with you to see if we can actually work with each other. I will tell you if it's a yes or a no before I even try to.
Okay.
Yeah.
So there's a good percentage, because you've done your own vetting. The nonprofits, though, they're always seeking for more and more money. And I know so many good ones in Palm Beach. Is there still the $1,500, or do you work with them any differently because they're nonprofits?
Because they're nonprofit, I do have payment plans where they can actually pay in two payments, and then we start from there, and then we'll go, as we go, then we'll figure something out.
Okay. And then I say that because people, if you have a favorite nonprofit out there, yes, you could come over here and pay, but if they pay you, it's different than paying a nonprofit, you know? And so I tell people you got to give to live.
Right.
So if you paid your nonprofit to pay you, it could be a little different on your taxes. Of course, always ask your CPA,
Right.
however your tax plans are, because that I am not, especially for you out there listening and or watching. Now, we talk about giving and living. What is a community give back that you are doing or that you would like to do in the future?
I currently, like, a few weeks back, I just recently applied for a nonprofit organization where I'm trying to help our young people, young community, like to teach them about financial literacy. So I just launched, like I just started this new nonprofit organization, and I'm waiting for the IRS to send me back the approval for the 501c3. So my mission in this lifetime is to help our young, especially our Black community, us to know how to use, because we didn't have somebody that died and left us like how to use our money, to teach you how to use your money, how to start a business, how to do different things to actually help you elevate and leave your footprint when you leave this earth.
You know, and I hear that, and not to push back, but I tell people not everybody was broke. And I have people, and I'll tell you privately, but I know people who in their 80s died and their father gave all the children $300,000. Nobody had to tell us. Nobody told us how to get sex, how to go find the party. Nobody told us a lot, and we sought out certain things. So we have to be able to, you know, mindset and say, what am I focused on? If it's only the Mercedes, Maserati, lashes and booties and everything else, especially South Florida to California, love to buy. It's our mindset. Because I don't know, have you ever had this happen where a client comes in here and in your beautiful window and view, you can see a $100,000 car and they start po-mouthing when they get in here. I've seen it when they've come and done, you know, whether it's my daughter's hair or nails for my wife. And I said, they got an $80,000 car. I don't even have an $80,000 car, and I could have an $80,000 car if I wanted to. Never paid more than $34,000 for a car, and I'm proud of it.
As you should.
You know, and I think I kind of
it depreciates. So yeah, as you should.
Yeah,
you're very proud of yourself.
And I think I overpaid on that, but I was like, it was the pandemic. Florida runs different. Right. Okay, we'll do it, but. I do you see that, and what is that, especially in our community? Because I know it's an American thing too, because credit is so king here. Credit is king. But what is it that somebody has the audacity to sit in a chair? Well, they got, you know, maybe 100,000 out there and another 200,000 at their house. What do you think that is? Is it a Florida thing? Is it a Black thing? Is it?
I think it's it's mostly, even when I was working for the bank, because I see more people that I see here in my business every day, it was always like that. You will see someone that walks in the door, and I've learned that I picked up from people, like, I know when people have money. Like, I could sit with you, like, you don't have to wear Gucci, or you don't have, I don't know why I keep saying Gucci, but you don't have to wear, like, you know, the big brand name, and for me to know that you have money. I can tell when they walked in the door. You can see the difference. But someone that makes so much money, like you have nurses that make so much money, but yet they have nothing saved, they come into the bank and ask for, you know, can take out the overdraft fees for me, or things like that. It's discipline. Number one is discipline, and also a mindset. Because if you are not, because it's maturity, mindset, and discipline. If you don't have any of these things, unfortunately, you are out there failing yourself every day, because it's all packed together. Like, you don't have the discipline, okay? Because if you make like certain type of money, like my mom, I learned that from my mom. You can make, you know, when I was working at the bank, I would see someone like a dishwasher that only works $7 an hour, that comes in every Friday. They come in, they deposit the funds there, and took $50 out and don't not use a debit card. Yeah. And you'll see the nurses, the people that actually makes really six-figure money, they come into the bank, and what they do, they would automatically, get the debit card, and you see the big card, Range Rover, you get this and that. I'm like, you are living beyond your means. You know what I mean? So I think it's mental, like that's where it has to work. I think you have to be ready to change your mindset. Because even God tells in the Bible, you have to renew your mind, the renewal of your mind. Because even when I pray, I'm like, God, please change the way I think, because it starts from here. Because if you don't have it here, it's gonna be hard for you to do anything else. It's a mindset. So I think that people have to change their mindset of how they think about money, and how they use money, because that's something that
And talking about mindset, and we talked about, how long it took to do this one and how you even changed your mindset and how we're all battling the same stuff. It might just be at different times.
Right.
Because I'm really setting you up for your own podcast. When you have your own YouTube channel, whether you give it to them every Monday or you go Monday through Friday or every Friday, because the people who know better, you have a responsibility to talk. You have a responsibility to give it somehow. It doesn't have to be perfect, but if not, we allow I don't want to just say names, but I'll be messy. We allow the mess we see on YouTube, where there's a whole financial life on YouTube that could show you how to retire rich. The Dave Ramseys, there's so many others. I mean, I used to watch Susie Orman as a kid, and I'm like, okay, I don't know who this woman is, but she's talking like my grandmother talks. And my grandmother has multiple houses here in California in the Bay Area. And I said, this is how I want to be. And I want to have options. So I'm setting you up for all of that, podcast before a book or book before a podcast. I don't know, because you can start the podcast now, but do you have any plans of having the podcast, or have you tried your own YouTube channel or book?
I do have a YouTube channel. As you know, I am so shy, and you can be transparent here. We can be transparent. This young man here saw me. We met at the Palm Beach State College. As he's part of the committee for Palm Beach, the
whatever board we're on, the business advisor board.
Yeah, that's what we're on. So originally, I always wanted, because I'm so shy, and I always have. It's more like a self-esteem issue that I'm having, to actually go in front of a camera and speak. And when I'm looking at myself, like, oh my God, my nose is too big, or this is this, and I have all these negative ideas of what stops me from doing what I know I should be doing. Because since last year, I wanted to do a YouTube video. Like, I wanted to start having a YouTube channel, like to share my experience, to share my business, to share different things, just like you're doing right now. But every time I start doing it, it would just it's just like the words can come out. And it's so funny to me, because I think you are gifted. I'm sitting here. Yeah, you are truly like a fresh breath, because you followed for like a whole year. It's been like more than a year, like a year and 3 months. I think last time I saw you, like it was in August last year. This young man, like, literally been consistently, when are you going to start this? When are you going to get this interview? And I am so happy that you continue to do that, because today I'm here in front of my camera, even though I don't want to, but it's like I have to force myself to be like, okay, I'm just, let me just do this. So that way he could just okay, whatever. But I am so grateful for that. And I'm so happy that you allow me to be myself, and my condition, and you still allow me and see me for who I truly am. You know what I mean? So I'm grateful for you. But to go back to your question, I always wanted to start my YouTube. I started my YouTube. You're gonna see I have one video in there, and I never went back, but I am planning to do that. I think maybe after this video, that'll probably give me more,
Yeah, Because I don't know if you still have, you know, the Tesla, I think it was, but they want to see video. I have a kind of a photographic memory.
You do.
And so they want to see, you know, how it looks from as much as you'll give them, and even doing episodes in the car. And we're in the future where everything is happening now. And if you wait, think if you don't tell people about the BOI. Mm-hmm. So many people go into jail, get fined, where they should be giving you that money, and it takes them to be a threat of going to jail or being fined for them to give a little bit of money.
Need to file your BOI? Fill out your BOI today.
Any other ways that the community here in Palm Beach, South Florida, or even in Haiti, how can we support you and help you, and what do you need us to do?
I want you guys to be great. The same way I have the courage, even though it's uncomfortable, what I'm doing right now, it's very uncomfortable, trust me. Okay, you see my eyes, it's very uncomfortable. It's me stepping outside of my norm, okay, because I'm behind the desk, I'm behind the computer all the time. I talk to client on the phone, I'm great at that, but when it comes to talking in front of people or put myself out there, I get a little bit nervous, like a whole lot of nervousness, but I'm working through that, okay? So basically, the way you can help me help you is actually put yourself out there. This new era that we're living in, we have to learn to be authentic and be ourselves, and like us has a whole unity, like, you know, us has just one sum, to just be out there, be great. If you have something that you know that you're really good at, don't be afraid to explore it and pray about it. Put God first, you know, and just do what you got to do to make it happen, because we all in this world, we are here to thrive, to do better every day, and nobody's judging, nobody's really looking. We just have to go within ourselves and find that.
That is awesome. And you guys, I thank you for finishing to the end. Whether you're driving on a long journey or about to go to sleep, I hope this kept you up so you can get the game, or it's talking to you in your dream. I want you to see the face, so you can put a name with a face, because she can work with you wherever you are in the country or even in the world. And some of you are like me. You want to go to Haiti? I'm ready to get my permanent residency in Haiti. It's $37 right now.
Really?
Folks. Yes. And I'm just looking for that right connection, because the lawyers right now want to charge me $1,800 per person, and I said, you guys thought you had a fish. But you guys have gotten the game, so I want you to comment. I know most of you are listeners. Go over to the YouTube, Facebook, wherever this can be experienced. Go like it, and most importantly, I want you to share this game with somebody, you guys. It will change somebody's life. Be blessed.
Are you tired of the violence, tired of the injustice, police brutality, rampant discrimination, lack of gun control in this failed bias socioeconomic experiment called America? Or maybe you need a break from the relentless grind and want to regain control of your destiny, your wealth, your health, and your purpose. DiversifiedGame.com has the right course for you. Prepare for my first trip to Africa. Looking to reconnect with your roots, start a new business, or just a fresh start. Africa, aka the motherland, is waiting. Don't let the Chinese and the Mzungus have the fun and also take over the motherland. From Cairo to Mombasa, from Dakar to Cape Town, Africa has something for everyone, from business opportunities to the most amazing people, safety, leisure, and landscapes. The opportunities abound. It is time for the diaspora to reconnect with their roots. Time to reconnect with the birthplace of humanity. Africa is the last frontier. Get your head in the game and reclaim your legacy. The writing is on the wall. Babylon is falling. Give up the stress, grind, and violence inflicted on our people on this continent, and prepare for a journey of restoration and joy by connecting with the land of your ancestors. Check out our new course and kick off your adventure at diversifiedgame.com.